Hidden behind high hedges, lavish estates, and the quiet whispers of old money society lies the story of Rachel Lambert Mellon, or as she was better known, Bunny Mellon. Her life was one of extraordinary wealth, immense power, and dark secrets. She wasn't just a quiet heiress. Bunny was the gatekeeper to some of the most influential people of the 20th century. From her close friendship with Jacqueline Kennedy to her involvement in one of the most shocking political scandals of recent times, Bunny lived a life that blended old-world elegance with jaw-dropping intrigue. But behind her carefully crafted public persona, Bunny Mellon harbored mysteries that make her story far more captivating than most know. We're diving deep into the life of Bunny Mellon, her rise to power, her influence over America's elite, and the scandals that could have shaken her world to its core. This is the story of an old money queen who mastered the art of living in the shadows. Born in 1910 into the Lambert family, one of the wealthiest in the United States, Bunny Mellon never had to worry about money. Her grandfather, Jordan Lambert, made a fortune through the invention of Listerine, and her father expanded the family's fortune through investments. Bunny was born into what we call old money, the kind of wealth that's measured in generations, not just dollars. Growing up in Princeton, New Jersey, Bunny was raised with the kind of refinement that only a family with deep ties to America's upper crust could provide. But Bunny wasn't like the other society girls. While they were busy attending parties, she was obsessed with nature. Her parents owned a sprawling estate where Bunny would spend hours in the garden, cultivating a passion for plants and design that would stay with her for life. Yet Bunny's upbringing wasn't without its pressures. In old money families, the expectations are clear. You uphold the family's status, marry well, and never ever show your vulnerabilities in public. Bunny's early life was a primer in discretion, and she learned to master the art of being invisible even when standing center stage. And then, of course, there was the Mellon dynasty. The Mellon name was practically American royalty. Her eventual husband, Paul Mellon, was the son of Andrew Mellon, one of the wealthiest men in U.S. history. The Mellon fortune, built on banking, oil, and steel, was untouchable. This was a marriage that wasn't just about love. It was about uniting two powerful families. And while Paul may have been the heir to one of the largest fortunes in the world, it was Bunny who would shape the image of the Mellon family in the 20th century. Paul Mellon was Bunny's second husband, and this was no ordinary marriage. Together, they controlled one of the most prestigious fortunes in the world. But Paul wasn't your typical business tycoon. He was more of a philanthropist and art collector than a Wall Street player. And Bunny? She was his equal in every sense. The Mellon marriage was one built on mutual respect, but it wasn't without drama. Paul Mellon had a reputation for extramarital affairs, and while Bunny kept a stoic, graceful public face, the rumors were rampant in their social circles. Yet Bunny never cracked under pressure, never let the whispers define her. Instead, she cultivated a life of quiet elegance and solitude, retreating into her world of gardens, art, and high society connections. And it was in this carefully curated world that Bunny Mellon's influence grew. She became a style icon, admired for her taste, elegance, and her unparalleled knowledge of horticulture. Bunny Mellon's real talent lay in her ability to blend into any setting while quietly shaping the lives of those around her. She wasn't loud or flashy like many of her wealthy counterparts. She was reserved, almost mysterious. But make no mistake, Bunny had the ear of the most powerful people in the country, and she knew how to use it. One of the most fascinating parts of Bunny Mellon's life was her deep friendship with Jacqueline Kennedy. The two women met through mutual social circles, but their bond quickly grew into something much deeper. Bunny was older and more experienced in the world of high society, and Jackie admired her grace and poise. When John F. Kennedy became president, Jackie sought Bunny's expertise in transforming the White House. And this wasn't just about redecorating a room. Jackie wanted to restore the White House's gardens to their former glory, and Bunny was the perfect person for the job. But this wasn't a simple garden makeover. This was the White House Rose Garden, one of the most famous gardens in the world. And Bunny took on the task with her trademark perfectionism. Every flower, every tree, every blade of grass had to be perfect. She personally supervised the redesign, often working into the night to ensure that it reflected her impeccable vision. Bunny's relationship with the Kennedys wasn't just about design, though. She was privy to their inner circle, trusted with their secrets, and shared a deep bond with Jackie, especially after JFK's assassination. Bunny was there for Jackie during some of the darkest times in her life. And just as Bunny stood by Jackie's side, she remained a trusted confidant in the years that followed. But while Bunny's public role was one of elegance and support, her private life remained shrouded in mystery. And that's where things get even more intriguing. Bunny Mellon wasn't just an heiress. She was a curator of beauty. Her estates were legendary, from the sprawling Oak Spring estate in Virginia to her pristine homes in New York and Antigua. Each one was a masterpiece of design, filled with rare art, antique furniture, and of course, stunning gardens that looked like they were plucked from a dream. Oak Spring was perhaps the crown jewel of her collection. With its rolling hills, sprawling gardens, and private art galleries, it was a retreat that only someone with her level of wealth could maintain. But this lifestyle of elegance wasn't without its eccentricities. Bunny was known for her obsession with privacy, going so far as to remove the name of her estate from maps and forbid planes from flying overhead. She would also sometimes bury artworks or remove sculptures from her gardens simply because they didn't fit her vision of perfection. And then there were the dinner parties. Bunny was famous for her gatherings, where only the most elite members of society were invited. But behind the polished silverware and candlelit dinners, there was always a sense that Bunny's world was one of control. Everything had to be perfect, down to the last flower petal. Yet, for all the perfection on display, there were cracks beneath the surface. For most of her life, Bunny Mellon managed to stay out of the limelight, even as she mingled with some of the most powerful people in the country. But in her later years, she became embroiled in one of the most shocking political scandals of the 21st century, the John Edwards affair. In 2008, Bunny quietly funneled $725,000 to John Edwards' presidential campaign in an effort to hide his extramarital affair and the child he had out of wedlock. The press dubbed it Bunny Money, and when the story broke, it rocked the political world. Bunny, by this point well into her 90s, remained largely out of the public eye during the scandal. But the trial brought new attention to the reclusive heiress, revealing the lengths to which she was willing to go to protect those she believed in. For someone who had spent her life avoiding public drama, this was a shocking twist. Despite the scandal, Bunny Mellon's legacy remains one of quiet power and influence. She left behind more than just her money. Her mark on American culture, from the White House Rose Garden to the art collections she donated to museums, is undeniable. Even after her death in 2014 at the age of 103, Bunny's life continues to fascinate. Her impeccable taste, her connections to the Kennedys, and her ability to maintain privacy in an era when everything is public make her a truly unique figure in American history. Old money, new drama, that's the paradox of Bunny Mellon. She was a woman who could have had it all in the public eye, but she chose to live in the shadows, quietly pulling the strings of some of the most powerful people in America. From her gardens to her secrets, Bunny Mellon lived a life few could imagine, but many would envy. Her story isn't just about wealth, it's about influence, control, and the high-stakes game of power. And while Bunny Mellon may no longer be with us, her legacy continues to bloom, much like the gardens she so meticulously curated. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the secret lives of the rich and powerful.